Hey guys, this is Amal from Leathercraft 209. Just wanted to post a quick video update. There's been some news, and I don't know how many people are actually aware, so just a heads up kind of, that the different versions of the Note, so this is the Note 4 from Verizon. It has a lot of fingerprints on it because I was doing some leather work, but different versions, I guess, of the Note 4, their microphones are actually positioned differently. At least that's what my understanding is. That's what I followed up with on several forums. And the reason for that, how that came about, is people who were trying on their case. So Spigen's Neo Hybrid, a couple other cases. This is the Spigen Tough Armor. This is a Ringke case. So just to clarify, this is not necessarily an issue with a specific brand of case. This is more of an issue with the Note 4 from different carriers. Okay, so the Verizon phone came out, and one of the things that came up was, let me see if I can get a pointing tool from somewhere. One of the issues that came up was that the microphone port on Verizon's Note 4 is placed differently than other phones. So I've also heard that this is also the case with T-Mobile, so I'm not sure. So anyway, this is the original Spigen cutout. I actually enlarged the hole so you can see a little bit better. Right, so that's lined up perfectly. The charging port's lined up, and then this small hole, that is the Spigen cutout. Right. Now, if you look at it casually, and this was covered, you would not be able to tell. You're like, oh yeah, my microphone port is, looks fine. When you shine a light down there and you have a Verizon Note 4, you will notice that it does not touch the microphone. There is the actual microphone, right? You see that? Okay. So this, just to clarify, this is not necessarily a Spigen only issue. My Spigen Tough Armor has this, and this Ringke Fusion, which I had reviewed earlier in my channel, has the same issue. And actually, that is how I noticed it. Is I was going to do a follow-up review, a video review, and I noticed this didn't line up because this case you can see clearly through, and I realized that this little thing doesn't line up right here. I actually made this into an oval, kind of an oval cutout. Once again, and so I looked down. At first glance, I was like, oh, it's fine. When I shined a flashlight down it, you can very clearly see, if you hold it up to a light, you can clearly see that that hole from Spigen does not line up. And I think this is probably going to be the case with most other cases. Now, the only case I've heard not being an issue is the Samsung official case. And apparently the official case from Samsung, they have a normal hole here, and on this side is an elongated, like an oblong or oval shape. So to me, that is an indicator that Samsung knew, or someone knew, that different versions of the Note, so the Note 4 from ATT versus the Note 4 from T-Mobile versus the Note 4 from Verizon, Sprint, whatever, the different versions, that the microphone would be shifted. Because if the official Samsung case has that kind of oblong shape, that kind of means that, yeah, they left room for that depending on which kind of Note 4 you had. So anyway, I don't know how Spigen and like Ringke and the other case manufacturers are going to address that. My guess is they're probably going to just do what Samsung did, is maybe do a new batch where that microphone port is a normal circle, and that there's an oblong, elongated oval shape cut out here, so that basically they don't have to make four different versions for four different carriers. You guys, let me know. Take a look at your phone and your cases, and I'd be interested to hear what carrier you have, and what case you have, and whether you have this issue or not. So really quick, let me tell you how I addressed it. So if you can see I just did it really quick actually. So if I had more time, I probably would have done it better. So you can see I made kind of an enlarged hole right here, and then the same thing with the Ringke case. Let's see if I can get it to focus really quick. Right there. So it's an oval hole. Now this is TPU. Now, so depending on your case, you might not have an issue. This is also TPU. It's just a different kind of TPU. And what I ended up doing is I actually have this for my leather work and a couple other hobby things I do. This is like a diamond coated bit set I picked up from Amazon. It's kind of like a diamond coated sandpaper basically. And what I did was use one of these tools. It's like a sharp point, but it is got that rough finish on it. And I stuck it into a Dremel. If you have a Dremel tool, it would work. I have a Black & Decker, which also takes Dremel attachments, and this is the Dremel flex shaft or whatever. You could just put it on the Dremel tool. To me, the flex shaft just has a little bit better control when you're trying to work on it. But anyway, so any Dremel rotary tool, I guess, would work. But basically, I used that and I drilled it out. The reason I didn't use a regular drill bit is because most drill bits, you know, the drilling section and threading is really coarse, and when you're trying to drill into rubber, that will be an issue. And so I want to use this kind of fine sandpaper type deal. There are probably other Dremel tools that would work to do it, but that's what I use. And basically, once you drill the hole, then you can kind of move that bit around to kind of shave and smooth off the inside part. When you're done, you will have some rough edges. Well, it's really just rubber TPU that has curled up along the edge because of the rotary tool. And what you'll need to do is grab some pliers, you know, and just kind of pull those off. And make sure you do that on the inside of the case too. You know, pull that off, and then just make sure you blow all along the inside of your case to make sure, you know, there's no TPU left over. But that has been my DIY fix for the moment until Spigen and Ringke and probably every other case manufacturer has a solution. Oops, that is the wrong side. There we go. So once again, guys, check out your Note 4, depending on what carrier you have, and take a look with the flashlight to see where your microphones are. If you have an issue, I'll post it. I think I got this on Amazon. You can also pick this up at Harbor Freight, or a version of this from Harbor Freight too. But if you're interested, I'll post the link on Amazon for that, and I'll post a link to the flex shaft from Dremel, which can be used on any Dremel tool, and it actually works on my Black & Decker. What's that thing called? Black & Decker RTX or something, which is basically their equivalent of a Dremel tool. Anyway, guys, take care. Let me know. Post, comment. Let me know if you guys have that issue and what your thoughts are on that. Take care. Bye.